We're doing this right now. Can't wait any longer. I got an exciting one for you. You've never seen this before, at least not on my channel, and I'm super excited to bring it to you. All right, I cannot wait any longer. I still have some stuff to get loaded up. We gotta open it up. Yeah, this is it right here, and we're gonna get it unwrapped, take a very first look. All right, so we got cut open and ready to pull out. I bring to you the brand new for 2024-2025, the Lifetime Manta Pro Angler. Let's freaking go. Oh, forgot that it's got wheels down to the bottom for dragging. So when I pull it off the back of the truck, set it down, guess what? It's ready to slide off. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Saved it. All right. Up front, we got ourselves a really, really nice grip handle. It's metal. Right on. Turns, so while you're transporting it, your hand doesn't have to slide. It just twists inside of there. Looks like it's secured right there through the front of the kayak. Look at that. Thing's got tracks, got a standing pad. Like I said, we just unwrapped it, so this is it. You're seeing it for the first time. Same as me. Now, I don't think that they all include a paddle, but Lifetime was nice enough to send me one. This is their Light Elite. It's a 240, which is nice. Like it a little bit wider, so thank you, Lifetime. That is awesome. And right there, designed in the USA, hull made in the USA. Now right there, it might not mean a lot to some folks, but for me it does. And looking back here, obviously plenty of scupper holes throughout the entire thing. Dude, this thing is sweet. I am very stoked. A little bit of backstory. I've got a Tamarack Pro. See? I'm my Tamarack Pro, and like when I go out fishing, buddy wants to go with me. This thing's set up, simple milk crate in the back, hold a bunch of rods, and I like it. I like it, but you know, it's got kind of that big, bulky center. So as far as, you know, stability and maneuverability, it's, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You can't have both. You know, you can, you know, pontoon boat, super stable, ridiculously stable, right? Can't flip pontoon boat, but it's not as maneuverable as you know, as a V-hole, that type of deal. And so that's kind of, you know, the different deal here. I know this is what you want to look at. Y'all don't want to look at me. Flip this out. Looks like the same seat. I'm still rocking the stock seat on that Tamarack that I just showed you. I don't really have a problem with it. Here we go. Manta Angler 100, Manta Pro Angler 100. As I said earlier, it's a sit on top fishing kayak. Obviously it's got a standing pad, and you know me, if I can, I will. 10 feet long, 38 inches wide, 79 pounds with a max capacity of 350 pounds. That is pretty awesome. UV protected, kayak will not fade or crack, high density polyethylene, HPDE, 5-year limited warranty. That's not the Manta. Come on now, neither is that, but you know what? That picture, I was just there. That's Caddo Lake out in Uncertain, Texas. It's our only natural lake. Anywho, I know where that picture was taken. Maybe Lifetime wants to go do a photo shoot out there. I'm down. All right, so back to the situation as I mentioned. I'm still rocking the stock Lifetime seat on that Tamarack, and I don't have problems with it. I'll go fish for, you know, 6 to 8 hours, whether it's during the day or at night, and have a great time. On the sides here, you know, starting from the front, obviously we've got a, it's a, I don't know if they call it waterproof. I've found it to be, you know, pretty waterproof. I've never actually submerged one of the Lifetime kayaks, but this same hatch setup is on the Tamarack, and like I put my phone in there. It's big enough for a, you know, full-size deal. Slides in there. I do that. You can throw some pliers in there or whatnot. I'll probably have a little bit different setup because on the Tamarack this is right between your legs. However, now on this, got all this extra room on the right and left, so we'll be changing some things up there. This does come out, pop those little pads back. It takes 2 hands and pops out, and you've got whole access in there. But like I said, I don't know if they label it waterproof, splash proof, whatever. It's got a big old rubber gasket around it, and I've never had an issue with it. So it's pretty simple. It latches down, give it a little press. Got a couple T-tracks up here. They aren't fully continuous though. If you see, there is a screw down in the middle, and so that you know, is going to prevent you from being able to slide it all the way through. But it does add with some rigidity in that track. I undoubtedly will be switching some of these out for metal. Some of the things I'm going to do, they're not offered by Lifetime, and it's not because it's you know, not these dang old mosquitoes trying to freaking eat me. It's not because what came on the kayak isn't sufficient. It's just because I put my rigs through a pretty substantial amount of abuse. And so that being said, there's some areas where I'm going to need a little bit extra on there. So just to be clear, like, that's not a knock on Lifetime. I go all out on my stuff. And the fact that at the price point, I think these are about $650 for a 38-inch wide kayak in the 10-foot range, under 100 pounds. Dude, is sick. I'm very stoked. I can't wait to get this thing on the water. As we move back, you know, you got your adjustable foot pedals here, and it uses their same mechanism. Right, you can pull that forward, pull that back. So, you know, tall guy, short kings, you're all good. As far as this pad right here, stand on there, it's pretty solid. Got, again, plenty of scupper plugs down inside of there. Rod holders, 4 more rod holders in back. You got the bungee that goes all the way around through there. And, you know, quick tip, right? If you're building one of these out and you need some hole access back here, I'll tell you right now, first thing I notice is that these rod holders are screwed in, and I'd be willing to bet that they come out and give you access to that entire area. So I couldn't be 100% as to what might void warranty. I'll be honest, there's probably gonna be some things that I do to this that would void the warranty. But like I said, I build them out. You know, that's the beautiful thing about fishing, about kayak fishing, all this different stuff is, you know, you can make it what you want for you, right? And for me, it's just, dude, I love tinkering, I love modifying, I love doing all this stuff. And you know, not every kayak on the market is a, you know, $6,000, $8,000 tournament kayak. You don't need all that stuff. And so that's why I was super excited about the Lifetime Manta. That's why I was, before having a partnership with Lifetime, that's why I was already looking at this, because like I said, that Tamarack, great for maneuverability. It's light. I've had it for a couple years now, and you know, for the price point, dude, I'm absolutely thrilled with it. But you know, my son's 6 years old. He's getting a little bit older, and not that I don't want him to have, you know, good balance and learn to be able to stand up on the Tamarack like I can. I saw Lifetime release this kayak, and I was freaking stoked. Let me turn this thing over. You can take a look at the bottom of the hole. That's a huge deal. That is a huge deal. By the way, those handles right there, you know, you've got the paddle holder. So on either side, you can just pop that over, which is, before I even do this, super convenient, right? Like, depending on what you're fishing, where you're at, what side you're fishing, if you're fishing something on the left, you're fishing something on the right, whatever the case, being able to just, you know, put your kayak on the right or the left, having that flexibility. Like, it's convenient. It's little things like that I can appreciate. So, and you know what, I'm gonna lift it up with one hand. There it is, balanced out pretty good right there, and I'm just gonna lean it up against my truck. There we go. Look at that little, it comes pre-installed with a non-scratch leaning handle. Anywho, it's like got a rubber grip on it. That's the front, that's the back, and as you can see, it's like a big catamaran style hull all the way down. We'll get a look at it from here, and you can see, you know, the stability that's gonna that I expect from this thing is gonna be top notch. On the back here, you do have some wheels for transporting, and it's gonna be, if I'm guessing correctly, it's gonna be similar to the I don't know, it was one of their 12 footers that I had you know, a couple years back, and it was the same thing, except that on that one it was a single roller wheel. If you're at all curious, these are removable, right? And because where I fish sometimes, it's full of mud, full of muck, full of all kinds of stuff, and it does get up in there, right? I mean, when you're trudging through stuff that, you know, you step in it and your freaking boot sinks, you know, 1.5 feet, like, you're gonna get stuff up in here. And what's cool is, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but these do pop off. Let's see if I can do this here real quick. There we go. All right, so not super easy to pop off. I don't think they're gonna be falling out. That's a cool airplane. I don't think they're gonna be falling out, but you've got this big old pin, goes through a, I mean, this is like a 3-inch wheel, 3 reinforced. I don't see it. It's not gonna collapse or anything like that. Like, it's webbed out and reinforced. And basically what it does, right, you can see these notches that go down in there, and like I said, I mean, when you step into the muck and your foot sinks 1.5 feet, what do you think's gonna happen to this? Well, you know, double-edged sword, right? Like, this is gonna get filled up with sludge. But the cool thing is, you get home, you pop this thing out and wash it out, and voila, you're good to go. Pop that back in there. Same thing with this entire section here. On one of my previous Lifetime kayaks, like, I did have to take this off because I had so much crud that had built up in there from where I had taken it. Like, it's not a you know, hey, they didn't design this right. It's a, hey, I'm taking it into places that are freaking gnarly. And what's nice is that, you know, through these screws here, you can just pop those out. This whole thing comes off and get it cleaned out, put it back on. That's pretty rad, pretty neat. Again, I'm stoked on the whole design on this. I wanted a 10-footer, something that was under 100 pounds, catamaran style, because I know the stability that it offers. Dude, they did it. So that is it's kind of a first look. Man, I was just gonna kind of take some of this protective wrapping off, get that out of the way, get the seat set up the correct way because it's installed backwards, which I guess that's for shipping, stuff like that. It's pretty easy, by the way. These things pop right up and they're clipped in there pretty good. This thing turned around, its little legs slide in right there. They've got little channels right there, and as far as, you know, how far and the adjustability of the seat, lean it all the way back. This guy comes up and they wrap around the holes on that and all those straps underneath. Man, I can't wait to take some of this stuff apart. I mean, that's just, you know, that's how I roll. I'm gonna take some of this stuff apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws there. You know, right now the direction of these, right, because they're not straight up and down, they're angled so that your poles will kind of stick out to the side, and it almost feels like these are 2 pieces. I don't know. You're gonna have to stick around. You're gonna have to subscribe to the channel, or don't, just come back for these videos, whatever you want to do, and see what sort of flexibility we have with a lot of that stuff. Little cup holders there. If it wasn't already apparent, I'm going to be putting some holes in this thing, and I'm super excited about it. I've done it with all my previous kayaks. Like I said, I'm passionate about this stuff. I love tinkering. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be able to share it with y'all. Thanks to Lifetime for sending this out to me. This is the first of guaranteed many videos with this thing. Again, American made company. They saw what I've done in the past. You know, they recognize you as a community of anglers, you know, whether you're a bank beater, kayak fisherman, fish from a boat, stuff like that. And they want to make sure that you guys can get your eyeballs on this thing and get some real world ideas of, you know, what it is, what it's capable of. So yeah, like I said, don't get it twisted. I was gonna sell the Tamarack to make room for this. I hit up Lifetime, and they were excited to see it go on some adventures with me and bring it to all y'all. So man, I'm stoked. All right, I'm gonna end this video. I appreciate it. Hope y'all are doing well, staying rad. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to get some tackle stuff ready, and in the next video we're gonna take this thing out of the water and see what it do. All right, Peter, my chaotic fishing. This is the Lifetime Manta Angler 100. I'm freaking stoked. I think they did a fantastic job on this thing.